Cats are better than dogs. So
Oh
this
God,
list
you're not
says.
going to make me do that, are you?
I think I am.
Hello, I'm Archbishop Christopher Coyne, and this is Coffee with the Archbishop. And joining me today is David Elliott. How you doing, David?
Fine. How are you doing?
Good. I think things are going well.
Things are going well.
Yeah.
We're in the dog days of summer here.
Yeah.
Looking for a nice
I wonder
little...
where that comes from, the phrase "dog days of summer."
I don't know.
What does that
Maybe
mean?
Zach, could you put a quick
Zach
cup in
can
there?
put it-
And yeah, he'll
Dog
figure it
days,
out.
it's like-
It was also a song by Florence and the Machine. Oh, no, that wasn't Dog
the
Days
dog
of Summer.
days-
The Dog Days are over.
Over now. The
right.
dog days are
okay.
over now.
That's kind of a catchy song.
Yeah.
You know, kind of makes me. I think that came out right as I was graduating college or right after, so it makes me feel kind of old when I hear it now.
Dog days are over.
Yeah, that's a real earworm. You know,
Yeah, it can get in your head.
pop music I think is underrated.
Well, what about Joe Cocker? His famous live album, The Mad Dogs.
Joe
and
Cocker,
Englishmen.
yeah.
Mad Dogs and Englishmen.
Does he? Have you ever seen his
Out
Woodstock
of the Heat.
performance?
Oh yeah,
It's very legendary.
And then John Belushi doing the
Yes.
doing the imitation of him. When he was up singing, Joe Cocker was really singing. The next thing you know, John
Yeah.
Belushi's and Joe Cocker didn't know that was going to happen.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Joe Cocker, underrated. That's probably not a controversial opinion, but there are some controversial opinions that people seem to have out there, I've noticed. Some might call them unpopular opinions.
Okay, and what's the point of all this?
Well, I have a list of unpopular opinions that I'd like you to react to. And if you want to offer your own, do you have any unpopular opinions?
Some people
hold?
say that pickleball is better than tennis.
And some people would be gravely mistaken. Because
he's a tennis player.
Because pickleball is... Well, you know what? Okay, I'll say this about pickleball. I think it's beautiful that people have found something they enjoy that gets them outside, that gets them some movement. I just wish they weren't so ornery about having to share the tennis.
I know.
courts, you
Well, the other thing is orthopedics doctors are very, very happy that people have started with pickleball because the number of twisted knees.
I know. If ever there was a time to buy stock in Dr. Scholl's, I think the pickleball boom is
Someone
right.
like 65 years old or 67 starting to play pickleball.
Do you play pickleball?
No.
Okay.
I could barely walk.
Well, that's it. That's why it's a sport. It's a sport for people who can barely walk.
With my neuropathy. Well, I walk every day. So
Yeah, you're up and at 'em.
Yeah,
You're
about 6 o'clock
You're an
usually.
active chap.
Try to be.
Okay, so I want to get your opinion. One of these really stuck out to me, and I feel like this is one maybe you would have an opinion on. Onion rings are better than French fries. Unpopular opinion, valid opinion, true?
For me,
For you personally? Yeah.
if they're the right kind of onion ring, I would take them over French fries.
What's the right kind of onion ring?
The batter ones. The just batter, no crumbs.
Okay, so
not
not
the
like-
stringy ones that
right.
stick together in a ball.
Right.
Or just you're trying to pick them out and they're just.
So not like Burger King's where they're like dusty, you know?
They're okay.
Okay.
I'm talking about the one. You know what I'm talking about? When
Yes.
The real shoestring ones that just don't work.
Okay, so you don't like those. Okay.
But I love the batter ones. It's just kind of like a batter. And they're big, crunchy pieces inside.
For me, it's like a PB&J. The ratio has to be just right. There has to be the right onion content to batter content.
Yeah.
Because you don't want too much onion. At least I don't. Like, you know how you get the ones that are from like the top of the onion and it's like a big bowl and there's just so much onion?
Sometimes.
You like that though?
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like them. As long as and they can't, they have to, they can't be separating. Like somehow the batter needs to stick to the, like you bite into it, the next thing you know, everything's just in pieces.
Right. Okay. So this is not an unpopular opinion to you. This is okay. Now here's one that I think some people in our audience will certainly have an opinion about. Friends is not a good TV show.
I never watched Friends, so
Okay.
it just wasn't one of those shows that I watched. I watched Seinfeld. I thought Seinfeld,
As all right-thinking people did.
Seinfeld was brilliant. I thought
Yes.
because it was, as they said, it was a show about nothing.
Yes.
And it's always some funny things happen.
Listen, I grew up on Seinfeld. Seinfeld is amazing.
Friends, I don't have any. No, I don't think so.
Okay, because I'm in the
Friends is a good series. I just never watched it.
Okay, I'm in the anti-Friend. I've never been a fan. I was always a fan of Seinfeld, and I feel like you kind of pick camps. It's either Seinfeld or Friends, and I'm in Team Seinfeld for sure. But again, that's just me. So, okay. So going back to this list, Beyonce is overrated.
No. I don't. No, I would never cast aspersions on anybody else's talents.
Okay.
I'd say.
Such a diplomatic
I
answer.
could say, the Kardashians are overrated.
Okay.
So how does anybody watch?
Well,
those?
because is it because there's no apparent talent versus Beyonce?
Yeah, they're just there. Who's the one?
The
The one that was the daughter of the wealthy Paris Hilton.
Oh, Paris
those kinds of
Hilton.
shows with those people. I'm like, why are we watching these shows?
Would you watch that over Friends?
No, I wouldn't watch any of them. I don't watch them.
You'd rather sit in silence.
I've never watched. I've only caught them on commercials. That's why I know they even exist.
Okay, fair enough. Now this one is kind of similar, but we're gonna go with it because she is so ubiquitous and all encompassing. Taylor Swift is one of the most underrated singers and songwriters in this generation. Do you think Taylor Swift is underrated, overrated, oversaturated? What do you think?
I think she's fabulous. I think.
Okay, so you're a Swiftie.
No, not a Swiftie.
Okay.
In other words, I don't. But I think
You're not a
the
Swiftie.
few songs I've heard.
Okay.
And I know that my niece Molly loves her,
Okay.
and others, and she's certainly very popular with so many people. And she's also a nice person.
She's got some good, and she has some good songs. Yeah.
She's getting married, or did she get married? She got married. Did she actually get married in Madison Square Garden?
So I don't know when this is going to air exactly, but the rumor right now is that at some point this summer, I believe she's going to get married at Madison Square Garden. I think Zoran Mamdani accidentally leaked the information. But who knows if it's true or not? I don't know.
And there's nothing that's ever showed that she's not a nice person. She's always just, anytime I've seen her doing it, I think she comes across as just very kind and considerate and nice person.
It's kind of a rags to riches,
She just needs to stay off the football games.
Needs to stay off the football games. Okay.
I'm watching the football games. I don't want to see her up in a box.
Well, there's the new take. There's the new opinion. Get Taylor Swift out of football. That's the new
that's-
opinion. Okay, here's a weird one, and I feel like you'll have some opinions on this, as I do. I'd rather drive in silence than with music playing.
No, I always drive with music playing or a book on tape. It depends. Like if I'm Sunday morning when I'm going to celebrate mass someplace, it's silence.
Okay. Right. You're kind of
depends on
you're
what's
preparing
going on.
yourself for. Yeah.
But usually I have a podcast going on or a book on tape or
What kind of podcast do you like?
sports.
Sports podcasts. Okay.
Although I do have a couple of belief ones too that I listen to,
Okay.
and some Audible books
Okay.
that are interesting. I'm reading. One I'm reading right now is Russ Douthat's one on belief. So that's I'm listening
And you're
to it.
enjoying
Actually.
that. Okay.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, yeah, but sometimes that's good for, if you're on a long drive, you want something to really connect with on a more deep level than just listening to music. I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one that I think is interesting. Wendy's has better chicken nuggets than McDonald's. I don't know how up on your nugget game you are at the moment.
Well,
but
it doesn't. The only time I used to get nuggets is when my nieces and nephews were young and all that. But sometimes, if I'm hungry in the afternoon, I'll just go in. Doesn't McDonald's have ones that are not processed? They all have ones that are like white chicken.
I'm laughing because I think they do, but I'm laughing because I think you and I are both old enough to remember. Do you remember McDonald's nuggets before the FDA made them reformulate them? Where like 1 in every 4 had like that gray matter in it.
I know.
It was so
It was all
disgusting.
processed, but
Yeah.
if you were hungry or you coming in from a night out and you had the munchies,
I know.
Just like,
But it was like clockwork. If you got a 4-piece, at least one of them you'd bite into it and you're just like, oh no, that one's
I think
not
so.
going.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I've never got Wendy's chicken. I used to go to Wendy's when they had the nice fish sandwich, which they don't anymore, which is a shame.
Okay.
That was Fridays in Lent. There was a Wendy's down the street from me in Indianapolis.
Cats are better than dogs. So
Oh
this
God,
list
you're not
says.
going to make me do that, are you?
I think I am.
I like cats' attitudes. I'll do what you want. I will do anything that you want me to do. But
Yeah, they're very nonconformist,
I'll
aren't they?
just
Yeah.
you can't make me do that. I'll do it because I want to do it, not because I have to do it.
Right.
And dogs are just like they're just it depends on the dog. I'm allergic to cats.
I am too. I'm very allergic to cats,
I'm
which is
fine
why I don't like them.
I'm fine in a house, but if I start petting it, then my eyes start to get over it. But
See, I have friends who have cats, and I can't even sit on their couches because, like, the hair. Not that the couches are unclean.
Did you see Cats on Broadway?
No, I didn't.
It was really creepy.
It was creepy.
My mother didn't like cats, and so we were like in the third row when they're coming out and they're crawling on. She's like,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen clips. I have a baseline familiarity with it, and yes, it is very odd. It's very creepy. Was that Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yeah. No, I think dogs are great.
Yeah.
But some of the guys in the house we have 4 guys, and Father Anthony wanted to get a dog, and Monsignor Jim said he was fine with it, and I said I was fine with it, but then Father Dan said no, so we don't have a dog.
Father Dan's the newest one in the house, though. He gets an equal vote.
Yeah.
That's
He
true.
lives
That's democracy.
He lives in the
action.
house
That's really,
with the rest of us,
That's good.
So
That's
that was
fair.
what it was.
That's fair.
So those are interesting questions. I wish I'd been known ahead of time. I could have come up with my own unpopular opinions or whatever.
Maybe for a future
Something.
episode.
So,
Yeah.
But thank you again, David, for an interesting conversation. I'm Archbishop Christopher Coyne. You've been watching the popular Coffee with the Archbishop.